Hearts beat a certain electricity fills the room, and all I see is you're falling for me. But hearts change, and girls like you are hard to tame, driving girls like me insane till we're one and the same. I guess the cool kid crowd in your life's just begun. Thanks to you, I am what you had become. It wasn't my hands, but you shot the gun. So hit the party, but I'm not feeling anything at all. So broken hearted and feeling like the world's about to fall. So grab somebody, get a window back against the wall, go to the after party, yeah, and act like you forget you cared at all. And hearts chase girls like you, then run away. So girls like me don't like to stay for more than a day. And hearts pretend that every girl was just a friend. So girls like me, we like revenge, so we starting again. I guess the cool kid crowd in your life's just begun. Thanks to you, I am what you had become. It wasn't my hands, but you shot the gun. So hit the party, but I'm not feeling anything at all. So broken hearted and feeling like the world's about to fall. So grab somebody, get a window back against the wall, go to the after party, yeah, and act like you forget you cared at all. Girls like you, like me, like you, like 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 girls like you, like me, girls like you, like me, like you, like girls like you, like. So hit the party, but I'm not feeling anything at all. So broken hearted, yeah, and feeling like the world's about to fall. So grab somebody, get a window back against the wall, go to the after party, yeah, and act like you forget you cared at all. Girls like you, like me, like you, like girls like you, like me, like you, like.
Welcome to Sessions from Oblivion. You have been listening to ELKAE, also known as Laura Keane. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
How's your lockdown going?
Lockdown is grand. It's up and down like it is for everyone. I've tried to use it as kind of productively as I can and get like a lot of home recording done. And
Yes, you've quite a setup at home.
yeah, been building it up over the years.
Yeah.
So
and
I've
that
been,
tune, even though we're listening to the live vocal, the tracks were written and performed by you and some friends.
Yeah. So me and then my band and my other producer that I work with as well.
Right.
So
okay.
it's all been a bit of a.
And how does that work? How much of the song do you come up with and record on your home system?
Well, I'd write the full thing and then I would produce the track till it's like till I think it's like fully done, and then I'd get in like a rehearsal studio when we can with my band, and they throw their bits on it, right. And then I'd bring it then to a studio with McEvoy, and we'd polish it off, and he'd add his bits and he'd kind of replace some of mine, but a lot of it is a lot of what I do at home ends up actually being on the track,
Right.
which is really fun. So production
Absolutely.
is something I've gotten really into. So
And Girls Like You, Like Me,
yes,
what is that about?
that is about, I think, okay, my experience, kind of in the gay scene, and also just growing up, and when you're kind of getting with different people and making mistakes and relationships, and how you could get with someone and then they could be hurting over someone else, and then they end up hurting you, and then you end up hurting someone else because you're hurting, and then the loop kind of continues unintentionally.
Right.
And we're all kind of the same, but we're all unique, and it's just kind of, yeah.
I saw you on another interview and you were saying, which I thought was interesting, you'll often say come up with a chord sequence and put that down first.
Mm-hmm.
Are the lyrics the last thing to go down?
Yeah, kind of. I definitely like to spend time with lyrics. My approach to music is, you know, when you hear a song and the kind of initial groove, music, melody hits you like a smack in the face, and then you kind of grow attached to the lyrics over time. I kind of write my music in that way. So I want the chord progression, the music, the hook to hit me in the face, and then I want the lyrics to connect a bit better. So I tend to take a bit more time. I kind of write it together, but polish the lyrics off last, definitely, yeah.
Right. And you're a trained singer, aren't you?
Yeah, I did a classical and musical theatre. I was a theatre kid.
No.
Yeah.
Billy Barry?
ITW, actually. Our
Similar
rivals.
setup.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Jazz hands and all
the
that?
full shebang, yeah. Pantomimes.
All right.
Wizard of Oz like 27 times.
Okay.
Yeah, I played every character, so.
Right. But you obviously enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, at the time, yeah. I don't think I could do it now. I think I'd cringe a bit.
Right.
I mean, fair play to everyone doing it. It's fantastic.
But you must have gotten something from the
Oh,
experience.
absolutely, yeah. Performance and
Did you ever
just-
do the Late Late Show or anything where you
I
see
did.
all those
I
kids?
auditioned for that thing every year of my life. From when I was a kid. I never got on it.
Oh.
I did a few RT shows though, like Star Search.
Okay.
And my parents wrote me into doing this thing called Flesh and Blood on TG Car.
Oh, I saw
where we
that.
all got up together.
My son and daughter were on that.
Oh, nice.
They wanted me on it too.
I was dragged there.
You were what?
Because it was a family band type
Yes.
setup, so I was dragged there.
Oh,
I was a
okay.
teenager. I was 15 or
I
something.
thought you said I was a drag star.
Oh no, I wish.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, the second of two from you. What is the name of the song?
Distraction.
What is Distraction about?
Distraction is. Did you ever have someone that you're just like, you should not go there? They're bad news.
Yes.
Yeah, they're trouble, and you should not go there. And then you're like, I have to.
Yeah.
Naturally. So
Oh.
that's what that is about. And then you're kind of in that kind of like weird friends with benefits kind of.
Okay.
Like we're not going to put a label on this, but then you're getting attached, and then you're like, no, it's just that mess of the person that you shouldn't go for it, and the mess they bring.
Okay.
And,
I should mention also the first song, Girls Like You, Like Me, is going to be a single.
Yes, it is.
When is that out?
March.
Okay.
So around now.
Right. And where will people go? Go to your
They
Facebook
can go to
page?
Spotify, Instagram, everything's ELKAE Music.
We've been saying to people, Spotify's fine to listen to a band, but it's really of no benefit to the artist.
Yeah.
And we're suggesting if they want to support the artist, they buy the album.
Yes,
or the
Bandcamp.
Bandcamp.
Bandcamp. It'll be
Okay.
from Bandcamp with the rest of the EP.
Right.
So
Brilliant.
there'll be a full EP, and then that'll be the single off it.
Sometime in March.
And yes, the EP will be out in April.
Okay. Well, the very best of luck with it.
Yeah, thank you very
And
much.
thank you for coming out.
Thank you for having me.
And the second from ELKAE is Distraction.
She said, come to me after midnight. I could be your lover, I could be just trouble. Only thing I see is the moonlight shining right above her. Distraction from the rubble. I never thought you'd be the one. I never thought we'd see the sun. I never thought you'd be the one. I never thought we'd break the rules. I never saw you coming through. I never thought we'd break the rules. Now that I got you, your lips taste like bad news, but I gotta have you, so let me be yours. You call it no strings, and I want the same things, but it's getting tiring to let me be yours. She said, don't be weak, overthinking. I could be like sunlight, I could be the devil in between the sheets. I'll be alright. I never say you're sweet. I like you like a rebel. I never thought you'd be the one. Let your guard down with me. Yeah. Change my mind so swiftly. Now that I got you, your lips taste like bad news, but I gotta have you, so let me be yours. You call it no strings, and I want the same things, but it's getting tiring, so let me be yours. Now I waste no time on tomorrow, little game. 'Cause I'm not the thing you can borrow for your pain. Then one day I woke up, the skies changed and I'd made my mind up. A fatal attraction turned out to be just a distraction. Now that I got you, your lips taste like bad news, but I gotta have you, so let me be yours. You call it no strings, and I want the same things, but it's getting tiring, so let me be yours. Now that I got you, lips taste like bad news, but I gotta have you, so let me be yours. You call it no strings, and I want the same things, yeah, it's getting tiring, so let me be yours.
Eleanor McEvoy, how are you?
Not too bad, Andrew. How are you? Are you well?
You're looking great, and I'm feeling inadequate now because you have nicer guitars than me.
You're very impressive there, selection there yourself.
I try.
And your wallpaper is way better than mine, so I think you're ahead.
Do you know what? My wife saw the last Zoom call and she said, your office is awful. So she covered my seat in planets.
Oh,
And
wow.
she drew that on the back, which is just mad basis. Good, isn't it?
It's amazing. It's fantastic. It looks amazing.
Yeah, I like it.
Is that her own artwork?
No, she stole it from somewhere. I don't know where, and slightly changed it. So we're going to say, yes, we'll say it's hers.
No, it's really gorgeous. Really lovely.
How have you been?
I've been really, really good. Busy, bizarrely enough, in the middle of a pandemic. But yeah, busy, but very good, yeah.
So this section is called Tips and Tricks. What advice would you give to Eleanor McEvoy when she was starting out those years ago?
Oh, well, can I tell you one piece of advice that was given to me that made a huge difference to my life? And I took it. I was wise enough to take it at the time. It was just after I started getting interest from, labels, publishing and record company. And my solicitor at the time, lawyer, a guy called James Hickey, fantastic copyright lawyer, he advised me at the time, he said, if you can keep the territory of Ireland for yourself, keep it for yourself.
Okay.
And when I went over to, Geffen Records and, when I went to do the big deal and sign it, I said, can I keep the territory of Ireland for myself? And they practically patted me on the head and said, of course you can, because it was nothing to them. I think they said, what's the population? I said, well, 4.5 million. And they nearly laughed and went, yeah. And I said, look, it means a lot to me to have my own home territory.
Yeah.
Well, that was so advantageous to me. And then when I went to do my publishing deal with EMI, I did the same thing. And the same thing happened. Where's Ireland? Because I was in New York for EMI publishing deal. Where's Ireland? Like, what's the population? Somebody find out. What? That's all. She wants that? No problem. And yet, when things got hard, after I'd got my advance from them, and there was a couple of years on then before you got next things, it was Ireland that kept me going.
You're right.
Also, I knew the territory of Ireland like the back of my hand. It's small enough. We all know every venue in the country. We know the artists to pitch songs to,
Yeah.
So we're better at managing it.
So hang on to the publishing rights for Little Old Ireland. That's
Yeah.
it. I like that. Anything else?
And the recording rights comes for Ireland. It seems like a real sort of truism to say, be true to yourself. You kind of, I'm hearing the words out of my mouth and feeling, oh, for God's sake. But somebody said to me years ago, really, really good songwriter, famous songwriter, American guy. Every album I brought out, he'd lift the phone and he'd go, Eleanor, you're a songwriter. You're supposed to write songs that's going to sell albums, but you keep writing songs that's going to sell alcohol. And there was an element of truth to that, because when I was sitting down, I was never thinking, how do I increase my album sales? That's not what I was doing. It's not what I'm about, Andrew. Yeah. You know, I write a song because the song means a lot to me, because it's what's going on in here. Yeah. But you know, my two most popular songs, A Woman's Heart, yes, and Sophie. Like, A Woman's Heart is a song that by its very title, Only a Woman's Heart, would look to alienate half of your population. It's a song that has no rhymes. You know, there's very few songs in the history of pop that have no rhymes. You know, it's a song that the construction is slightly odd. It starts with a chorus. You know, It's not a song you'd look at and say, oh, well, that'll be a hit. You know, if you were sitting down to write a hit, you wouldn't write that.
It sold quite well, I believe.
I did. But like, Sophie's another one that's right up there. It's a song about anorexia. You know, it's not a song if you're sitting down to write. I mean, in fact, when we went to put Sophie went to go on my third album, Snapshots, I remember the producer, Rupert Hine, he said, we need to put that one on. And I said, no, Rupert, it's you know, it's about anorexia. The record company aren't going to want to know. And he said, it doesn't matter. He said, it's a very special song. We'll put it to the end of the album. He said, they won't even get that far, you know. And that's what we did. And again, if you wanted the song to be a big hit, you'd put strings, you'd put this. He said, no, it should just needs to be just piano and vocal, just the two of us, piano and vocal. And that's what we did. And yet that had a resonance with so many people. It's used in treatment centers now around the world to treat patients with anorexia. They're my two biggest songs, you know? Okay. And if I had been trying to be commercial or, you know, maybe I might have written a song that was commercially successful as well, or as commercially successful as those two songs were. But I don't think I'd have the light in my eyes. I don't think I'd be able to, you know, get up out of bed in the morning and run straight to the piano and stuff, you know, and to my writing table. And that's the difference.
Yes, yeah. So which comes first? Did you have the theme for A Woman's Heart, or did a melody come first, or the chord structure?
I'm slightly odd, Andrew. I write both at the same time. Which is not how most people tend to do the music first and then do the lyrics afterwards. I mean, it varies, but as a rule of thumb, most people, if you do analytical studies, they've done them. That seems to be the way they are. It's certainly easier to do music and then add lyrics to the music. And of course, if you're writing in a verse, chorus structure, you'll end up adding lyrics to a musical structure called a verse that's already there, you know? Yeah. So I tend to do both at the same time. But for Woman's Heart, it was kind of all at once. It was a phrase. It was a melancholic kind of chord progression and melody, and it was all happening at the same time.
Have you final advice for new talent?
Yeah, I have one last piece of final advice. And again, it's kind of something I did wrong early on. I think learn about the business if you can, and not just about the music business, but about business in general. Things like overhead. One of the reasons I think why I survived so long, because I'm an indie artist. I'm not I kept my overheads low. When I was touring, I looked at it, okay, how low can I keep this? You know, how many people do I really have to take on the road? Where do I don't have to stay, in posh hotels. I just have to stay in the basics. Stuff like that. When I made one of my first recordings, I had worked out, saved up my pennies and in those days you had to go into a studio. You couldn't do stuff at home, And I thought, okay, I really need a half decent guitar to do this recording if it's to be on a demo tape that I'm going to sell at gigs. So I went out and I splashed out on a guitar, and I was earning money at this time. I was, in college, but I was working as well. And I was delighted with this guitar, and it was my pride and joy. And I went in and I did the thing. And when I got the bill from the guy, it had what we'd agreed per day. And then there was this thing called VAT. And there was another 23% or 25% or something. And I nearly died. And it was another like hundreds of pounds that I didn't have. And I was so young at the time and so inexperienced. And I didn't know what VAT was. I'd heard it mentioned on the news, you know, something VAT rate, but I didn't come from a business family. I had nobody to ask. So when I asked and I realized what VAT was, I definitely owe this money, and I didn't have it. I had to sell my guitar. The guitar I had bought for the recording, I had to sell it to get the money to pay the VAT. Yeah. Wow. Now, that was stupid on so many levels. I should have gone to the guy. He was a businessman. I should have seen it from his point of view. He knew me. I used to do sessions in his studio all the time. He knew I was good for it. He knew I was working. He knew I was honorable. He was very honorable. If I'd gone to him and I'd said, Alan, I don't have this money right now, but can you give me 6 months to pay it, and I'll pay you off a little bit every month? Or can you give me, you know, I know he would have said yes. But I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the wit. I didn't have the, I felt too intimidated to do that. And actually, it wouldn't have been an issue with him. It really wouldn't have been an issue.
Funnily enough, I had the exact same experience in a well-known studio in the 80s, and the deal was done. It was a day, it was one song, it was £500, and each member of the band would come up with 125 or whatever it was. And then we got the bill, and it was that. And I just said, no, that 500, that's all there is, that's all we have. And here it is in cash. And it was sort of, okay.
Wow.
But there's no more money. You should have said, you should have told me, so I on business terms. I said, business my whole. That's all the money this band has.
Yeah.
So you may keep the master or you may take the money. And they took the money.
Well, you're smarter than I am. That's what I can say.
No,
I wouldn't have had that confidence at that time, you know, to do that. Yeah, probably might have been the same studio. Was it Stark?
No. I'm not going to say, Ro.
Oh, okay. Actually, no, you can't check because they get into trouble for not taking the VAT.
I'll get a bill for that. Eleanor, thank you so much for taking part in the program.
Not at all, Andrew. And can I commend you just on your whole, what you're doing and the education that you're providing for people in music. You're amazing, and I really do. You're doing it in a simple way that people understand, and you're talking to the right people in the industry, and fair play to you.
Thank you very much. I'd love to say it's for altruistic reasons. It's not. I'm at a loose end, and I own a studio, so it's simple and fun. But thank you very much, Eleanor.
Not at all.
Things the best I can.
that was the Orr Brothers playing their version of Led Zeppelin's what song?
Good Times, Bad Times.
Good Times, Bad Times, right, okay. And with me here is Jamie Orr. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And why did you pick Zeppelin?
Just it's good rock and roll, isn't it? You know what I mean? And I think it was a chance to kind of give our youngest brother a chance to really kind of show off a little bit. I felt on the drums and stuff like that. Well, we all kind of felt that collectively, and I think we knew that we pulled that song off. When we play it live and stuff like that, we always really enjoy it. So it seemed like the right call.
Right, okay. You pop up everywhere. I've seen you as guest guitar player at numerous gigs. All of a sudden, Jamie Orr is there with the Strat. And on one occasion, you appeared at a funeral.
Yeah,
I was at. I heard this music behind me and I turned around and it was you again.
Yeah.
So I've known about you as a guitar player for some time, but I didn't know that you were putting a band together with your brothers.
Yeah. It's been something that it's been kind of like, it's been we've played like a lot before and stuff like that, but we were all kind of I think because we were brothers and stuff like that, it was a little bit more, you know, because we all have our own way of kind of expressing ourselves, you know, and I think we needed to just kind of work as a team as opposed to just being separate to one another, you know, so there's a bit of maturity and stuff in that, but I do definitely think it's starting to come along again together like really, really nice, you know, because I mean, yeah, as you said, I mean, I'm quite proud of them, like in seeing them play and stuff, and you know, when we play together, as I said, it's always really enjoyable, like, and we just love.
Well, they're
playing.
they're fine players.
Yeah, very proud.
So three brothers in the band, a bit like the Corrs.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we're kind of hoping now. You know, we can if we get some stuff kind of together and stuff like.
That's the plan, is it? Get some gigs.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? It's as I said, you know, it'll take a bit of a while to get things running, but you know what I mean. But as I've kind of said before, we gel really well. You know, well, I think so anyway. You know, yeah, it's just be a case of just us building up songs and stuff together, and you know, and letting us all kind of have our own kind of say within the music, you know, to add to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a classic thing of kind of, you know, learning to kind of collaborate with people, you know, for the benefit of the music, like, you know what I mean. And again,
and do you write the songs, or do you write together? Or?
I write. Me and Sean write and stuff. Me and Sean write, so we'll write kind of separately, and then what we'll do is when we have our ideas and stuff, we'll kind of go to the other and we'll be like, okay, so listen here, we'll bring it to like each other, and we'll be like, okay, here's the idea I have, you know, what can we do to kind of to complement this, you know what I mean, right. To try for the benefit, as I said, for the music and stuff. Like
I was on your Facebook page and there's a picture of you with Slash.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It was Philomena Linna, so it was Phil and its mom. She was very, very kind to our family. Like,
she was a lovely lady.
Yeah, she was to us, like, she was nothing but good. We ended up going to see Slash, and Philomena was there, so she saw us there, and she knew who I was, like, and stuff, like, from playing and stuff at the Lizzie gigs and stuff like that beforehand, you know.
The vibe.
Yeah. The vibe for Philo and stuff like that. She'd have seen me, and this would have been before Sean and Luke probably would have been playing and stuff like that, you know, but it was... Yeah, she saw me and my dad at the gig, and she got us backstage to talk to him and stuff. And Roy Gallagher's brother was there as well, stuff like that.
That's so
cool.
it
was a bit kind of like, you know, kind of like you don't realize it, like in the moment, like you're kind of like, whoa, what the hell, like, you know. But
cool.
Yeah,
that's brilliant. Tell me about the original song you did, "Light We Run To."
Light We Run To, yeah. So it's basically a tribute song to Eddie Van Halen. But it can also it can be a universal thing as well. Cause like Light We Run To, it's like striving to be the best like version of yourself. Like, and it's a theme that like with the lads and stuff in particular, it's something that I think we like to portray within the music. Kind of that sense of, you know, like positivity and stuff like that, and especially kind of with the way things are going with, you know, with COVID and stuff like that at the moment. I think like positivity through music is so important. Like I really believe that, like, when you listening through music and stuff, you can almost nearly, for even if it's just for a while, like forget about all that other stuff, you know. You can get lost in it. So that song was kind of, it was my tribute, our tribute, should I say, to Eddie Van Halen and stuff like that, because he had just passed, you know, and he was such a huge influence on us, you know.
That's brilliant. Well, look, Jamie, thanks for coming in. Say hello to the brothers.
Will do.
This is Jamie's original song, Light We Run To.
Saved by grace and kind displays, ever else awaits you at the gates. Even when you go, all that we know's naturally alone. Through a hero, light a beat inside our lungs. Light is in a melody song. Light we run to. Light we run to. At a cost, never lost. One kid from the block inclines to unlock what was good to see, born to be free, naturally alone. Through a hero, light a beat inside our lungs. Light is in a melody song. Light we run to. Light we run to. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Sending into tendencies, love it if you try. Indirectly, what was good to see, born to be free, naturally alone. Through a hero, light a beat inside our lungs. Light is in a melody song. Light we run to. Light we run to. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Light we run to. Light we run to. Light we run to. Light we run to.